My beloved child, in the quiet moments of your life, when the world's noise fades and your heart seeks peace, know that I am here with you, guiding you, loving you, and providing for you, like the steady rhythm of the tides. My love for you is constant, flowing ceaselessly, washing over the shores of your heart with grace and mercy. As the sun rises and sets, so does my presence remain a steadfast beacon of hope, illuminating every path you tread. The miracle of the loaves and fishes, recorded in John 6:1-14, is not merely a tale of abundance, but a divine whisper of my endless provision. Imagine the scene: thousands gathered, their hearts yearning, their stomachs empty. A young boy steps forward with all he has, a simple meal, small in the eyes of man, but in my hands, it became the catalyst for a miracle. This is the power of faith, my child, the power of surrendering your all to me, trusting that I will multiply your efforts beyond your wildest dreams. The seed of faith, a divine transformation. Your faith is like a seed, small yet potent with the promise of transformation. In the world's eyes, it may seem insignificant, a mere drop in the ocean. But remember, my child, even the mightiest oak began as a tiny acorn. When you plant your seed of faith in the fertile soil of my love, it is nourished by the waters of my grace, growing unseen beneath the surface until the day it breaks through, reaching for the heavens. Every financial decision, every act of generosity, is a seed. When you entrust it to me, you are not just sowing in faith. You are inviting my miraculous provision into your life. Your prayer for financial miracles is not a cry of desperation but a declaration of trust. A statement that you believe in my power to turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. As the boy offered his loaves and fishes, so too must you offer your resources, no matter how small they may seem. For in my hands, they are not just resources, they are the building blocks of miracles. What the world sees as insufficient, I see as the beginning of something magnificent. When you release what you have into my care, you make room for me to work wonders in your life. Obedience, the key to heaven's storehouse. Obedience, my dear one, is the golden key that opens the doors to my divine storehouse. When you follow my guidance, even when it defies logic, you are aligning yourself with my will. Just as the disciples distributed the loaves and fishes without understanding how it would be enough, so too must you act in faith, knowing that I will provide. Your prayers for financial miracles that work are answered not merely by asking, but by stepping out in obedience, trusting that I will meet every need. Consider the disciples that day, confused, perhaps even doubtful, as they handed out pieces of bread and fish to the vast crowd. Yet, they did not hesitate, they obeyed. And in their obedience, they witnessed the miraculous. The baskets were never empty. The bread never ceased. The fish never dwindled. This is the power of obedience. When you act on my word, you unleash the fullness of my blessings. Even when the path ahead seems unclear, even when the step you are called to take appears small, it is through obedience that you align yourself with my purpose. And in doing so, you open the doors to my abundant provision. Living in my presence, a daily walk with divine guidance. To live in my presence is to invite me into every corner of your life, especially in your financial decisions. Each day, as you rise, let your first act be to surrender your plans and resources to me. Whisper a prayer for financial miracles, as a way to invite my presence into your day, to guide your steps, and to illuminate your path. This is not an act of fear, but one of deep trust, knowing that I walk with you, that I am Jehovah Jireh, your provider. Picture a lantern, glowing softly in the darkness. Its light steady and warm. This is my presence in your life, a guiding light, a source of comfort, a beacon of hope. When you invite me into your financial decisions, you are inviting my light to shine upon your path, revealing the way forward, dispelling the shadows of doubt and fear. You are not alone in your journey, I am with you, every step of the way, offering you my wisdom, my guidance, and my unwavering love. Gratitude, the heartbeat of abundance. Gratitude, my beloved, is the melody that resonates with the harmony of heaven. It is the song that turns your heart towards me, even in the midst of trials. When you give thanks, even in times of financial challenge, you are aligning your heart with the rhythms of my grace. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what has been provided, opening your eyes to the countless ways I am at work in your life. Begin each day by thanking me for what you have, for it is in this spirit of gratitude that you make room for more blessings to flow into your life. Every time you offer a prayer for financial miracles, let it be wrapped in thanksgiving, confident that I am working in ways seen and unseen to provide for you. Gratitude is not merely an emotion, it is a practice, a discipline that transforms the way you see the world. When you choose to focus on what you have, rather than what you lack, you are cultivating a heart of abundance. You are training your eyes to see the gifts I have already given you. And in doing so, you open the door for more blessings to flow into your life. Remember, my child, that gratitude is the key that unlocks the storehouses of heaven. When you give thanks, you are declaring your trust in my goodness, and you are making room for even greater blessings to come. The power of shared faith. Your journey is intertwined with the journeys of others. When you share your experiences of my provision, you are not just telling a story, you are sowing seeds of faith in the hearts of those who hear. Your testimony of how I have answered your prayers for financial miracles that work becomes a beacon of hope, a reminder that I am still at work, still performing miracles, still providing for my children. Imagine a field of sunflowers, their faces all turned towards the light. This is the power of community. When one flower blooms, it encourages the others to do the same. When you share your testimony, you are shining your light for others to see, encouraging them to turn towards me, to trust in my provision, to believe that I am at work in their lives as well. Your story has the power to inspire, to build up the faith of those around you, and to remind them that I am still at work, still providing, still performing miracles, trusting in my perfect timing in a world that moves at lightning speed. I call you to a slower, more deliberate pace. Trust in my timing, for it is perfect. Just as the loaves and fishes were provided at the exact moment they were needed, so too will my provision come to you at the perfect time. When your prayers seem to go unanswered, do not lose heart. Continue to offer your prayer for financial miracles. knowing that I am at work, orchestrating everything according to my perfect plan. Patience is not simply waiting, it is waiting with a heart full of faith, with an assurance that I am in control. Picture a farmer tending his fields, waiting for the harvest. He knows that the seeds he has sown will take time to grow, that the rains must come, that the sun must shine, that the earth must do its work. He does not rush the process, he trusts in the timing of the seasons. So too must you trust in my timing, knowing that I am working all things together for your good, that I am bringing about a harvest of blessings in your life. In my perfect time, walking in the light of my provision, as you reflect on these truths, let them sink deep into your heart. Remember, my beloved child, that I am with you in every decision, every challenge, and every victory. Let your faith be the foundation of your financial life, and let my love be the light that guides your path. You are never alone, I am always with you, guiding, providing, and loving you. Continue this journey with a heart full of faith. And as you do, stay connected with this community of believers. Subscribe to our channel, leave a comment, and click the notification bell. Together, we will grow in wisdom, grace, and the knowledge of my unfailing love. In my infinite love and eternal grace. Your Heavenly Father. The miracle of the loaves and fishes, a symbol of God's generosity, in a quiet moment. Beneath the vast expanse of the sky, thousands gathered, their hearts filled with anticipation, and their bodies weary from the journey. They came, seeking solace, wisdom, and healing from Jesus, the one who spoke with authority and love. But as the day stretched on, hunger began to stir within the crowd, a hunger not just for spiritual nourishment, but for the bread that sustains the body. It was in this moment of need that a profound miracle unfolded. A miracle that would forever stand as a testament to the generosity and provision of our Heavenly Father. Imagine the scene: a young boy, innocent and unassuming, steps forward, offering all he has. 5 loaves of bread and 2 small fish. In the eyes of the crowd, it was a meager offering, barely enough to feed a single family, let alone thousands. But in the hands of Jesus, what was small became abundant. What was limited became limitless. This is the essence of God's generosity, a generosity that defies logic. A generosity that transforms scarcity into abundance. As Jesus took the loaves and fishes, he gave thanks to the Father. This simple act of gratitude, this prayer of thanksgiving, is where the miracle began. In that moment, the loaves and fishes were blessed, multiplied beyond measure, enough to feed the multitudes with plenty to spare. The crowd, who moments before had been anxious and hungry, were now filled, satisfied by the provision of God. This is the nature of our Lord, He sees our needs, no matter how small or great, and He provides in ways that exceed our expectations. This miracle, the feeding of the 5,000, is not just a story of physical nourishment. It is a powerful symbol of God's unwavering generosity. It reminds us that when we bring our needs to Him, no matter how insurmountable they may seem, He is faithful to provide. This is the promise we hold on to when we offer our prayer for financial miracles. A prayer rooted in the belief that God, in His infinite love and mercy, will meet our every need. The miracle of the loaves and fishes also serves As a reminder of the importance of faith, the disciples, though unsure of how the small offering could meet the needs of the crowd, trusted in Jesus' instruction. They distributed the food, not knowing what would happen next, but believing that in Jesus' hands, anything was possible. This is the kind of faith we are called to have. A faith that trusts in God's provision even when the path ahead is unclear. When we face financial difficulties, when the numbers don't add up, or when the resources seem insufficient, we are reminded to turn to God, to offer a prayer for financial miracles that work, trusting that He will provide. Just as He multiplied the loaves and fishes, so too will He multiply the resources in our lives, bringing abundance where there was once lack. In reflecting on this miracle, let us also recognize that God's generosity is not limited to material provision. He is generous in grace, in love, in mercy, and in every good gift. His generosity extends to every aspect of our lives. And when we trust in Him, we position ourselves to receive the fullness of His blessings. My beloved, as you journey through life, remember the miracle of the loaves and fishes. Let it be a source of inspiration and hope, reminding you that God's generosity knows no bounds. When you feel overwhelmed by financial burdens, remember to offer your prayer for financial miracles, trusting that the same God who fed the 5,000 is at work in your life, ready to provide for you in ways beyond your imagination. In the hands of Jesus, the ordinary becomes extraordinary, the small becomes great, and the impossible becomes possible. Trust in His provision, and you will see the miraculous unfold in your life. Generosity and faith, the foundation of financial miracles, in the vast expanse of human experience. There are moments when the material world and the spiritual world intertwine, creating a tapestry of divine intervention. One of the most profound threads in this tapestry is the principle of generosity, an act that transcends mere material giving, becoming a spiritual exchange rooted in faith. It is here, in the intersection of generosity and faith, that financial miracles are born. Generosity, my beloved child, is not just the act of giving from your abundance. It is the act of giving even when you yourself are in need. It is the widow at Zarephath, who, in her last moments of desperation, offered her final meal to the prophet Elijah. It is the boy with the loaves and fishes, who, despite the overwhelming need around him, handed over all he had. These acts of giving, seemingly small in the grand scheme of things, were magnified in the hands of God, resulting in miraculous provision. Generosity, when offered with a heart full of faith, becomes a powerful catalyst for miracles. It is a declaration of trust in my ability to provide, even when circumstances suggest otherwise. When you give from a place of faith, you are not just sharing your resources. You are planting seeds in the fertile soil of my kingdom. Seeds that will yield a harvest of blessings in due time. When you offer a prayer for financial miracles, you are not merely asking for provision. You are affirming your belief in my generosity. You are acknowledging that I am the source of all good things, and that in my kingdom there is no lack. This prayer, when coupled with acts of generosity, unlocks the storehouses of heaven, releasing blessings beyond measure into your life. Generosity is not merely a physical act, it is a spiritual discipline, a practice that aligns your heart with mine, It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have been given. And in doing so, it opens your eyes to the abundance that is already present in your life. This shift in perspective is crucial. For it is only when you recognize the blessings you already possess that you can fully appreciate the new blessings that I am preparing to pour out upon you. Faith, my child, is the cornerstone of this spiritual discipline. Without faith, generosity can become an empty gesture, a transaction devoid of meaning. But when your acts of giving are rooted in faith, they become powerful instruments of my will, conduits through which my blessings flow. When you give in faith, you are not just sharing your resources, you are participating in the divine economy, where the laws of scarcity are overturned by the laws of abundance. Every time you offer a prayer for financial miracles, remember that your faith and generosity are the keys that unlock these miracles. It is not enough to simply ask, you must also act. You must be willing to give, to trust, to step out in faith, even when the path ahead is unclear. This is how financial miracles are wrought, not through passive waiting, but through active participation in my divine plan. Consider the parable of the talents. The servants who invested their talents, who took risks, who acted in faith, were rewarded abundantly. But the servant who buried his talent, who acted out of fear rather than faith, received nothing. This parable is a reminder that faith without works is dead, and that the blessings of my kingdom are reserved for those who are willing to step out in faith, to give generously, and to trust in my provision. As you navigate the financial challenges of life, remember that generosity is not just about giving money. It is about giving of yourself, your time, your energy, your love. It is about being open-handed with the blessings you have received, knowing that in my kingdom, the more you give, the more you will receive. This is the divine paradox of generosity. In giving, you gain. In sharing, you are enriched. In emptying yourself, you are filled. Let your acts of generosity be an outpouring of your faith, a tangible expression of your trust in my provision. And as you do, watch as I multiply your efforts. As I take what you have given and use it to bring about miracles in your life and in the lives of others. Your prayer for financial miracles that work is not just a plea, it is a partnership, a collaboration between you and me, where your faith and generosity meet my infinite grace and power. My beloved, as you continue on this journey of faith, let generosity and faith be the guiding principles of your financial life. Trust that as you give, so shall you receive, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. For in my kingdom, there is no lack, only abundance. And in this abundance, there is more than enough for you, and for all who place their trust in me, in my eternal love and unending grace. Applying biblical principles in financial decisions, in the sacred text of the Bible, there lies wisdom that transcends time, guiding us not only in our spiritual journey, but also in the practical aspects of our daily lives, including our financial decisions. The principles laid out in the scriptures are not just ancient words, they are living truths, designed to bring order, peace, and prosperity to every area of our lives. When applied to our financial decisions, these principles become a compass, directing us toward divine blessings and financial stability. Imagine, my beloved child, that each financial decision you make is a step along a path, a journey toward the abundant life I have promised you. along this path. The light of my word illuminates your way, ensuring that each step you take is grounded in wisdom and faith. Whether you are deciding how to spend, save, or invest your resources, the principles found in my word provide the foundation upon which you can build a life of financial integrity and blessing. One of the most fundamental principles in the Bible is that of stewardship. You are not the owner of your wealth, but rather a steward of what I have entrusted to you. This perspective changes everything. It shifts your focus from acquiring and hoarding wealth to managing it in a way that honors me. When you view your finances as a sacred trust, you begin to seek my guidance in every decision, knowing that each choice you make reflects your commitment to my kingdom. For instance, when it comes to spending, my word teaches the importance of living within your means. Proverbs 21:20 says, "The wise store up choice food and olive oil, but fools gulp theirs down." This verse reminds you to be prudent with your resources, to avoid the trap of impulsive spending, and to save wisely for the future. By applying this principle, you are setting yourself up for financial security, ensuring that you have the resources you need to face the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. But stewardship goes beyond just spending wisely. It also involves saving and investing. In the parable of the talents, Matthew 25:14-30, I teach you the importance of multiplying what you have been given. The servants who invested their talents were rewarded for their diligence, while the one who buried his talent out of fear lost everything. This parable is a powerful reminder that you are called to be proactive with your resources, to seek opportunities to grow your wealth in ways that align with my will. When you save and invest with wisdom, you are not only preparing for your own future, but also positioning yourself to be a blessing to others. The more you have, the more you can give, and the more you give, the more you will receive in return. This is the divine economy, where generosity and faithfulness are rewarded with overflowing abundance. As you apply these biblical principles to your financial life, remember that I am with you every step of the way. Offer a prayer for financial miracles, asking for my guidance in your decisions. Trust that as you align your actions with my word, you are opening the door to my blessings. When you follow these principles, you are not just managing your finances. You are inviting my presence into every aspect of your life, ensuring that your financial journey is one marked by peace, provision, and prosperity. And when the challenges come, as they inevitably will, do not be discouraged. Instead, offer a prayer for financial miracles that work, knowing that I am faithful to provide for my children. Your obedience to my word, your faithfulness in applying these principles, will not go unrewarded. You may not always see the results immediately, but trust that my timing is perfect, and my provision is sure. My beloved, the road to financial blessing is not paved with shortcuts or quick fixes, but with the steady, faithful application of my word. As you walk this path, keep your eyes fixed on me, and your heart open to my leading. In doing so, you will discover that the principles I have given you are not just rules to follow, but keys that unlock the treasures of heaven. In my infinite love and wisdom, I have provided all that you need to live a life of abundance. Trust in my word, apply its principles diligently, and watch as I transform your financial life. in ways that exceed your greatest expectations. Gratitude and the attraction of financial miracles in the quiet chambers of the heart, where true communion with God takes place. There lies a powerful force, gratitude. It is not merely an emotion or a polite expression. It is a spiritual state of being, a posture of the soul that opens the door to divine blessings. Gratitude is the fertile soil in which the seeds of financial miracles are planted, nurtured, and brought to fruition. My beloved child, understand this profound truth. Gratitude is not just about giving thanks for what you have received, but also about acknowledging the hand of God in all circumstances, even those that seem challenging. When you cultivate a heart of gratitude, you align yourself with the frequency of heaven, where every good and perfect gift flows freely from the throne of grace. This alignment is key to unlocking the storehouses of my provision and attracting financial miracles into your life. Consider the leper who returned to give thanks after being healed, Luke 17:11-19. Out of the 10 who were healed, only one came back to express his gratitude. And to this one, I said, rise and go, your faith has made you well. Gratitude, my child, is an expression of faith. Faith that recognizes my hand at work in your life. Faith that believes in my continued provision. And faith that invites my blessings to multiply. When you offer a prayer for financial miracles, do so with a heart full of gratitude. Thank me not only for what you have but for what is yet to come, trusting that I am already at work behind the scenes, orchestrating every detail for your good. This kind of gratitude is not passive, it is active, dynamic, and powerful. It shifts your focus from lack to abundance, from worry to trust, from fear to faith. Gratitude transforms your prayers. It takes them from mere requests to declarations of trust. When you thank me in advance for the financial miracles you seek, you are proclaiming your belief in my ability to provide. This is the essence of a prayer for financial miracles that work. A prayer steeped in faith, wrapped in gratitude, and carried on the wings of expectation in your daily life. Make gratitude a constant companion. Begin each day by acknowledging my goodness, regardless of your current circumstances. Let your first thoughts be of thanks for the gift of a new day, for the breath in your lungs, and for the opportunities that lie ahead. As you move through your day, consciously choose to see my hand in every situation. Give thanks for the small blessings, like the warmth of the sun on your face, the smile of a stranger, or the provision of your daily bread. These acts of gratitude create a ripple effect, drawing more blessings into your life, even in times of financial difficulty. When the path seems uncertain and the resources scarce, let gratitude be your guiding light. Instead of focusing on what you lack, thank me for what you have. This shift in perspective is powerful. It changes the atmosphere around you, creating an environment where miracles can thrive. Remember, my child, that where there is gratitude, there is grace. And where there is grace, there is provision. Gratitude is also a key component in your relationships with others. Be generous in your expressions of thanks, not only to me but to those around you. Acknowledge the kindness of others, the support of friends, and the love of family. This practice of gratitude in community strengthens the bonds between you and creates a network of support that can help carry you through difficult times. When you practice gratitude consistently, you are building a foundation for financial miracles. You are creating a space in your heart where my blessings can reside. And as you give thanks, you will find that your needs are met in ways that exceed your expectations. This is the power of gratitude. It not only attracts blessings but multiplies them. So, my beloved, let your heart overflow with gratitude. Let it be the song you sing in the morning, and the prayer you offer at night. Trust that as you cultivate a grateful heart, you are paving the way for the financial miracles you seek. And as you pray, remember to thank me not only for what I have done but for what I am about to do. In this posture of gratitude, you will find peace, provision, and the fulfillment of every promise I have made to you. In my eternal love and boundless grace. Faith and obedience, the keys to financial miracles, my beloved child. The path to experiencing financial miracles is paved with two essential virtues, faith and obedience. These are not merely abstract concepts, they are powerful forces that, when acted upon, unlock the fullness of my provision in your life. The scriptures are filled with examples where faith and obedience have led to miraculous outcomes. And these stories are not just ancient tales. They are living testimonies of what I can do in your life today. Consider the story of Abraham, who was asked to sacrifice his beloved son Isaac. It was an unimaginable request. Yet Abraham obeyed without hesitation. His faith was unwavering, and his obedience was immediate. As he raised the knife, I intervened, providing a ram as a substitute sacrifice. This act of faith and obedience did not just save Isaac. It also secured Abraham's place as the father of many nations. A blessing that continues to this day. In your own life, I call you to a similar faith and obedience. When you are faced with financial decisions that seem daunting or even impossible, I ask you to trust in me completely. When you offer a prayer for financial miracles, do so with a heart that is willing to follow my lead. Even when the path is unclear, trust that I am guiding you toward a place of abundance, where my provision is more than enough. There are moments when obedience requires you to take steps that defy conventional wisdom. It might mean giving when you feel you have little to spare, or stepping into a new venture when the risks seem high. But know this, my child, your obedience is the key that unlocks my blessings. It is in these moments of trust and surrender that you will see my hand move in miraculous ways. Let me remind you of the widow of Zarephath, who was asked by the prophet Elijah to make him a small cake from the last of her flour and oil during a time of severe famine. She could have refused, thinking only of her own needs and those of her son. But she obeyed, and in doing so, she opened the door to a miracle. Her flour and oil did not run out, and she and her son were provided for throughout the famine. This is the power of obedience, when you act in faith, even when it seems illogical. You invite my miraculous provision into your life. In the modern world, you may face different challenges, but the principles remain the same. Whether it's a financial crisis, a job loss, or an unexpected expense, I ask you to trust in me and obey my promptings. When you live with this kind of faith, you are not just surviving, you are thriving in my abundance. Your prayer for financial miracles that work becomes a reality when it is coupled with obedience that springs from unwavering faith. So how do you live with this kind of faith and obedience? Begin by seeking my will in all things. Before making any financial decision, big or small, pause and seek my guidance. Listen for my voice, which often speaks in the quiet moments of your heart. When you sense my leading, follow it without delay. Even if the path is unfamiliar or the steps seem small, trust that I am directing you toward greater blessings. Remember, my child, that I am Jehovah Jireh, the Lord who provides. I see your needs, and I am more than able to meet them. But I also desire to grow your faith through the process. When you step out in obedience, you are not just acting in faith, you are participating in the miraculous. Your obedience sets the stage for my provision to manifest in ways that exceed your expectations. In this journey, do not be afraid. I am with you every step of the way. As you live out your faith through obedience, you will discover the fullness of my promises. You will see that I am a God who rewards those who diligently seek me, who trust in my goodness, and who follow my lead without hesitation. In my eternal love and unending grace. The spiritual and financial journey, my beloved child. Every decision you make, no matter how small, is a step along the journey of your life. A journey that is both spiritual and financial. These two aspects of your existence are not separate, they are intertwined, each influencing the other in ways you may not always see. As you walk this path, I urge you to seek my guidance in every financial decision you face. For it is I who hold the map to your journey. And it is my desire to lead you to places of abundance and peace. Your finances are not just numbers on a page or coins in a jar, they are a reflection of your heart, your trust, and your obedience to me. When you place your finances under my care, you are not simply asking for provision, you are inviting me into every aspect of your life, acknowledging that I am the source of all that you need. This is the essence of a prayer for financial miracles. It is a declaration of your dependence on me, and a recognition that I am the one who guides your steps. Throughout the scriptures, you will find countless examples of those who sought my guidance in their financial matters, and were blessed beyond measure. Consider King Solomon, who when given the opportunity to ask for anything, chose wisdom over wealth, because he sought my guidance first. I not only gave him unparalleled wisdom, but also riches and honor beyond his imagination. This is the kind of blessing that flows from a heart that prioritizes my guidance over worldly gain. In your own life, I call you to seek me first in all things, especially in your financial decisions. Before you make a purchase, consider whether it aligns with my will for your life. Before you invest, seek my wisdom to discern the best path. Before you give, ask me how you can bless others in a way that reflects my love. Every financial decision is an opportunity to practice your faith, to trust in my provision, and to witness the miracles that come from following my lead. When you offer a prayer for financial miracles that work, you are not just asking for a quick solution to a problem. You are inviting me to walk with you through every step of your financial journey. You are asking me to open doors, to close others, and to guide you toward the blessings I have prepared for you. Trust that I am always working on your behalf, even when the path is unclear or the wait seems long. My timing is perfect, and my plans for you are good. As you continue on this journey, remember that my guidance is not just for the big decisions, but for the small ones as well. It is in the daily choices, the ones that seem insignificant, that your faith is truly tested and refined. When you trust me with the little things, you will find that I am faithful in the great things. When you follow my lead in the mundane, you will see my hand at work in the miraculous. Let this journey be one of constant communion with me. Begin each day with a prayer, inviting me into your decisions and asking for my wisdom. End each day with gratitude, thanking me for the ways I have provided and protected you. In between, let your thoughts be filled with my promises, and your actions guided by my love. As you walk this path, know that you are never alone. I am with you, guiding your steps, providing for your needs, and leading you to places of abundance. Trust in my guidance, for I know the way you should go. And as you continue to seek me in all things, you will discover the fullness of life that I have promised you. My child, this journey is not just about financial success. It is about growing closer to me, about learning to trust in my provision, and to rest in my care. It is about living a life that reflects my glory, and brings my blessings to those around you. So, walk in faith, seek my guidance, and watch as I lead you to the place of your greatest joy. In my everlasting love, your Heavenly Father, Amen.